Hi everyone, AI generated image here. Today I want to talk about I'm Glad My Mom Died by Janet McCarthy. First thing first, if you respond to anyone telling you their horrible experience with their parents, if your first response is, well, they're still your parent no matter what, you need to shut up and start to listening, because you're not adding any value, you're not adding anything that they don't already know. And just because you criticize someone doesn't mean you doesn't love them. This book tells the story of the relationship between Janet McCarthy and her mother, from her torturous child starface to her time as an exploited Nickelodeon actress. Her mom was there all the way from the start, and not in a good way. She constantly gaslighted her. She basically put her into child labor, and she also introduced her to anorexia at some point. Her mom was there all the way from the start, and not in a good way. She constantly gaslighted her. She basically put her into child labor, and she also introduced her to anorexia at some point. Some people doesn't mature as they age. Instead of getting older, they just exist longer. They don't have the self-awareness that mature people should have. Unfortunately for some kids, some of these people eventually got married, and some of the people can have children. And these children will have a very bad experience in their life with this kind of parents. But oftentimes let's just say in society, we put parents in pedestal, especially mother. In some cases also father, but mother oftentimes get more mythified. And unless we stop putting them on pedestal, it will become harder for us to see their faults and to recognize their faults, so that we can avoid doing them. This book can help you recognize that you're the victim in this situation, and you deserve better, and you can be better. What your parents did to you as a child is not your fault. And hopefully the message of this book can help them liberate themselves. I've read a couple of celebrity memoirs, but most of them are very lame. They don't have enough self-awareness as people, like, a lot of celebrity does. And they tend to avoid shining a spotlight on them that make them look too bad, and as a result of that, their delivery can be very dishonest at times. But Janet's book is raw, honest, and vulnerable, and they're also witty and funny. It tells a very sad story in such a funny way that you can't help but laugh at times during reading this, either because it's just funny, or either because it's so horrible that all you can do is just laugh at it. And beside the funny part, it's also so well written in its nuance that when she told her experience as a child, there's a naivety on it that is very childlike, and when it's very clear it is when she started putting her mother on the pedestal as a child. And then when she grew up, there's the bitterness and self-doubt that all of us have as teenagers, or at least most of us have. And then as an adult, she's still struggling, and it's you can read it between the lines, but she also has learned at least to make lemonade out of what her life can give her. Again, I very much recommend the book. I think this is 5-star recommendation for me. Hopefully this is not the only 5-star out of celebrity memoir, but I doubt that from what I've read so far. If you've only seen the book through online articles, they're not a good representation of the book. They tend to hyper-focus on the drama aspect of it. Well, there are some, it's such an insignificant part of the book, and there are more to the book that you can learn from. What most of this online article miss is that this book is not written out of hatred from anyone. If anything, this is a book about herself, reflecting on herself and also on her relationship with her mother. It's not written out of hatred, it's written out of compassion. Let me read you some of my favorite passages from the end part of the book actually. Why do we romanticize the dead? Why can't we be honest about them? Especially moms. They're the most romanticized of anyone. Moms are seen angel by merely existing. No one could possibly understand what it's like to be a mom. Men will never understand. Women with no children will never understand. No one but moms know the hardship of motherhood. And we, non-moms, must heap nothing but praise upon moms because we lowly, pitiful non-moms are mere patients compared to the goddesses we call mothers. That's about it.